The Great Commission Initiative is a collaborative effort of the Dallas, Union, and San Antonio Baptist Associations. We also partner with a variety of Baptist denominational agencies, including the International Mission Board, Baptist General Association of Virginia, Baptist General Convention of Oklahoma, the Oahu Baptist Network, E3 Partners, and other Great Commission entities. Our mission is to ignite church planting movements among the unreached peoples, beginning in North America and extending to the ends of the earth. We do that by providing intensive training and networking opportunities designed to equip highly motivated Christians to identify, engage, and evangelize and disciple unreached people groups. These training opportunities are made possible at low cost because of the cooperative program and associational missions gifts of Baptist churches. Jesus said, "Listen to what I'm telling you. Open your eyes and look at the fields, for they are ready for harvest." John 4:35. As a follower of Jesus Christ, you read a verse like this and you realize just how true it really is. In one of the most beautiful parts of God's creation, the state of Hawaii, you are surrounded by a sea of lostness, people who are destroying themselves and others by selfish and sinful behavior, desperately searching for a better way and not knowing where to find it. You have the answer, the transforming power of Jesus Christ. But how do you draw the net? What do you say? What language will you speak? What are the hang-ups, the problems that are keeping the people in Hawaii and all the other Pacific Islands from following Jesus Christ? It is a quandary that most evangelical believers find themselves in. If you are like most of Jesus' followers, this is not the world you grew up in. You can see the harvest, but you're not certain what the crop exactly is. And the tools that you have for harvesting are not the tools that are needed today. While our world is changing rapidly, God is not. His will for the world and for His church is still the same as it always has been. He is not willing that any should perish. He has commissioned the church to make disciples of Panta Ta Ethne, all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything Jesus commands us. He wants everyone to be able to hear the gospel in their heart language, not a trade or national language. He wants disciples and churches to multiply. and He wants His Word to spread unhindered throughout the world. So, how are we doing? The gospel is actually doing better in Hawaii than in most other states. We do not yet have the statistics for the decade just ended, but when we look at the most recent statistics available, the number of evangelicals actually grew by 23.5% in Hawaii in the 1990s. However, even with that very solid growth, we are still falling behind the growth in the number of lost people in this state. More than 90% of Hawaiians are lost without Christ and on their way to an eternity separated from God. And if we are trying to solve the problem using the traditional methods we have always used, well, frankly, the cost is prohibitive. And so we have two choices: deep change or slow death. I want to take you back now to 2003 in London, England, at a very special 2.5 week long meeting convened by the Southern Baptist, North American, and International Mission Boards. Church planting strategists from around the United States looked at what God was doing around the world. It turns out that God's Spirit was taking every continent in the world by storm except North America. A group of these strategists came back from London determined to find out what the problem was and what could be done about it. Since coming back and applying what we have learned from overseas, God has begun to do some exciting things. For example, at Forest Meadow Baptist Church in Dallas, Texas, a small congregation of 20 people looked at these principles and started a process of planting churches that were trained to plant other churches. After 7 years, more than 5 generations of churches totaling 89 congregations and more than 8,000 in weekly attendance have resulted. Other churches and organizations are using the principles we teach to develop models that multiply and reach people for Jesus Christ. So what do we teach you at GCI? At GCI, we focus on three key issues: the application of the Great Commission to today's realities. Number two, multiplication strategies that result in church planting movements. And number three, oral communication strategies that make the gospel accessible to those who either won't read or can't read. As we address these three topics, we teach you how to develop a biblical and effective strategy for reaching the people that God has called you to reach. We help you find your role and equip you to do it. We use a variety of learning experiences, including experiential learning and learning communities. Classroom learning, and hands-on practical skills. The good news is that GCI is coming to Oahu in the next couple of weeks. We are actually going to be running two separate but related tracks of training. The first one is entitled Bible Story-Based Discipleship, and this will occur on Monday through Wednesday, April 11th to 13th, and then will continue on Monday and Tuesday, April 18th and 19th. Topics here include how to tell the Bible story, selecting Bible stories for discipleship, crafting Bible stories, managing the dialogue in a storying session, and learning how to follow Jesus. The second track is entitled Reaching Unreached People Groups, and it will begin on Thursday, April the 14th, and will continue on Friday the 15th, and then pick up again on Wednesday and Thursday, April 20th and 21st. The topics here include biblical foundations for a people group movement, missiological principles, recent developments in mission practice, segmenting people groups, engaging the people groups around you, essentials of church planting movements, worldview, bridges and barriers to the Gospels, discipleship models that work, and developing a master strategy plan. We would be delighted to have you join us for one or both of these training tracks that will help you become much better at reaching out to the unreached people in your ministry area. If you would like to participate or get more details, please contact Ken Brooks, the network facilitator of the Oahu Baptist Network. You can reach him at the email address on the screen, or if you have more questions about the curriculum, you can also contact Tim Allen at the email address that is also located on the screen. We hope to see you soon. God bless you. Goodbye.